Wow, my hair is a mess. Alright guys, so I'm going to just sit with you and braid my hair and talk to you about veganism. More importantly, I'm going to talk to you about why I am not vegan and the problems and issues I see in the vegan community that really turn me off. And of course I'm not talking about all vegans, you know what I mean? I hate people that say that. It's not all vegans. I'm like, I know that, but it's most of them, and that's why I have an issue. Okay, so first of all, I eat meat. I like meat. I eat it. I am very choosy about what I eat. We buy mostly organic, grass-fed, local beef. I am paleo. I have a host of autoimmune issues. So I really don't like to eat beef or chickens finished with grains because I have celiac disease and it can cause issues and stuff like that. So I don't. I also try to buy ethically raised, happy beef. And you might say, but it's killed. How is it happy? Well, they're allowed a full life. They have lots of roaming room. They're not kept in little stalls. I know a lot of the farmers that I buy from. I'm happy with it. I have no issues eating beef or feeding it to my kid. I understand that some people have issues with it, and that's okay. I'm paleo. If somebody comes up to me and says, oh, I'm suffering from these autoimmune problems, I may suggest they go paleo. I may tell them how much it helped me. If they're suffering from high blood pressure, like my husband does, I may suggest they go vegan because it really helped my husband. However, I'm not going to beat them over the head with my vegan matchstick or my paleo matchstick and make them feel guilty for not doing whatever I think they should be doing or whatever I should be doing. Because this is a journey that I was on, and it took years for me to understand and come to terms with things and to arrive at a point where I'm buying ethical things and I feel good about the meat that I'm eating and I've healed my body biomedically, and it's not something that everyone can do or that everyone's even going to understand. So that's the problem I have with vegans, is that they're just like so judgy, and I understand that they really feel passionate about it, and I really do understand that they really think that eating animals is wrong, but not everyone is going to feel that way. For example, I'm a Christian and I really love God, and He's a big part of my life, and well, he should be the only part of my life, and I love to share my love of Jesus, but not everyone is going to be a Christian, and not everyone's going to accept God, and I can't beat my Bible over people's head and tell them you need Jesus. And that's what I feel like veganism is, like a kind of cult sometimes, where people just beat veganism over people's heads like they have to submit. And really my biggest beef with vegans is that they're all hypocrites. All of them. Every single one of them does something that's not vegan, like driving a car, using gasoline, which is a huge enterprise that we get it from other countries, and those countries don't treat their employees very well. And yes, I understand, I drive a car, and I hope that when I buy gasoline that we're treating the countries we buy it from and their companies are treating their employees well, and I hope that my gasoline purchase buys that family who works there food. But that's probably a bit of an idealist. Okay, so let me tell you the one thing you can ask the vegan to show that they're a hypocrite. All you have to ask them is, what do you think about vaccines? Because vaccines have animal proteins and human stem cell proteins in them. You can go to the CDC website, look at the ingredients for vaccines, and they have like cow bovine stuff in them. And every single vegan is like, of course I use vaccines, they save lives. Yet they're going to make an exception for using vaccines which are tested on animals, have animal proteins and parts in them, but yet they're going to judge me for eating meat. Like, how can you do both these things? I'm totally allowing them to pick their and choose their own morals. They can use vaccines and still say they're vegan. I even have vegan friends that use wool, and I love wool. I use wool all the time. I'm going to make a video about why I use wool and the ethical defense of wool and how I think it is sustainable and a great commodity for knitting and crochet. But I don't understand how someone can judge someone for having their own loophole for, like, I eat meat, and yet have their own loophole for using vaccines. Like, I just don't get it. Maybe someone can explain it to me. But that is one of my biggest beef with vegans, is that they're so judgmental and so, I am so upright and I do everything right and I'm vegan, no animal products. Yet they get vaccinated, they vaccinate their children, and I feel like if they're really that strongly about it and they're not just doing it, because I do think some of them do it just to make themselves feel good or to think that they're doing something right. Instead of wanting to help the earth, they just want to look good. That's how I feel sometimes. I just think if they're going to allow themselves a loophole, they have to allow other people the same loophole. Don't they? So if you're a vegan out there, I'm not making this video to hate on you or anything, just to point out discrepancies that I see in your lifestyles. Change. If you really believe that you're vegan, be vegan, but don't be like 50% vegan or 25% vegan or 99.9% vegan. Because you can't judge other people if you're not willing to make that sacrifice yourself. So that was my beef about vegans video, and I hope I don't get like slammed or something, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.